deported wasn't because of crime, it wasn't because of anything that it was my responsibility about. The reason I was deported was because in 1997, when I was 11 years old, the government told my family to leave the country voluntarily. They chose not to. Automatically, that turned into a deportation. That was in 1997. Fast forward to 2008, ICE came to my house, picked me up, picked my father up, and deported us to Mexico. I was already in the country for 18 years. High school graduate, not a criminal, I never stooped 1 foot in a jail cell before. I was working, paying taxes, but that didn't matter to them. They still picked me up. In less than 24 hours, I was in a different country, different politics, different people. When I was in Mexico, they didn't think I was Mexican enough. And they took me to a country that is full of crime, full of corruption, and just full of hatred towards people that come from here. So for Mexico, I wasn't Mexican enough, but for United States, I wasn't American enough. And that's the reason that they deported me. And 4 months ago, September 18, 2012, ICE found out I was back in this country because I came back 2 months after I was deported, because this is the only place I call home. Whether I'm here legal or illegally, it don't matter. This is my home. And because one piece of paper is not going to determine where's my home at. If I feel comfortable here, if this is the country that I love, if this is the country that I grew up in, the country that I adapted to, nobody's going to tell me that I'm not an American and that this is not my home. Because no matter what they say, this is our home. And so in September 18, they picked me up. The same day, they picked me up at 8 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, they had plans to put me inside a plane and ship me back to Mexico. Without seeing my family, without getting nothing of my belongings. Just in less than 12 hours, they were going to change my life again. Well, it didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen, because I'm free right now. And that's thanks to the support of a lot of people that helped me out. And this is not just for me, but this is for all of us that consider this our home. We were brought to this country not because we chose to. We're not here because we chose to. We're here because we were brought to this country, because our parents wanted to give us a better life for us, because they knew how hard it is in Mexico or in any other place that we might come from, how hard it is for us to be over there. So they did the best thing they could do, which sacrificed their lives to bring us here for a better education and a better job and a better way of life. And now they want to send us back to a country that we don't even know. And in 2008, when President Obama was running for president, he made a lot of promises to us. He told us that he was going to give us an immigration reform and stop the deportations and all of that. Well, 3 years into his office, I was about to get deported again. So what does that tell us? It tells us that he needs to stop talking and start taking action, because we need action. And the same people that voted for him in 2008, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, the same people voted for him again. And thanks to us, he's taking office again. So now it's not just about talking. Now we need to see action, because it's enough already of our families being divided and separated, and people going to jail for no reason just because they're here illegally, because they got pulled over for driving without a driver's license. Well, we need a driver's license to get to work, because if we don't work, where are we going to get money from? Selling drugs? Stealing? We don't want to go that way. That's why we need a car to get to work. So I just want to tell President Obama and the senators and everybody that has the power to change, stop this nonsense, stop this deportation, and stop the separations of family, because we belong in this country. We give to this country as much as a United States citizen does. And if we could make something with a little bit of help that they give us, imagine if they give us all that help, we could become bigger and better. We're 11 million in this country illegally, but that's just the people that are here illegally. Plus, there's probably like 40, 50 million Hispanics in this country, and that's not even including the Asians or the other immigrants. we got them too because they have family here that are here legally, so they want the better for us. So that's why we chose this president, because he promised a lot to us. And now he needs to act on what he said, because all a man has is his word. And if he wants his word to be respected, he needs to act on what he's saying. And all I gotta say is, let's keep fighting, because one voice may not make a difference, but 1,000 words put together, voices, we could make the impossible happen. So let's just keep fighting, and let's just go to this ICE place and let them know also that we're not criminals. To stop the deportation.
That's right.
Let's empty this jails from innocent people that are just here in this country because they're in jail for being illegal. We're people, like, we're not a thing. We're all people here. So let's let them realize that and help us out on this whole thing that's going on, because we deserve to be here. We deserve to be with our families no matter what. So let's just keep fighting, and as long as we keep fighting, it's just a matter of time before they open their ears and listen to us and act. So thank you very much.
Amen.